Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I trust you all are doing very fine. Quickly, I want to go over some trades that happened today. Today is Monday, the 4th of May, 2026, and the trades are quite easy to spot if you have been studying my work. You would see how very easy they are. So very quickly, let's look at. Okay, let's start with USD card. Let's start with USD card. Okay, so we have our first criteria that has been met. So we can see that we have a candle rejection and it closed bullish, right? It was reacting from a V-shaped key level, and this V-shaped key level had previously acted upon two daily candles, acting as a support, so making this level a strong level. And so we see again that the price came and rejected from it and closed bullish, and then also we have a sweep here. And so we want to know if we have a breakout to the upside on the H4. And if you look very closely here, you can see that we have a breakout to the upside here, right? And so we begin to look for entries. And so we begin to look for entries, and we can this is the breakout, and so this level is a good level to enter from, right? So why is it a good level to enter from? Because it is a V-shaped key level that should sponsor buys, more like a support level, right? But then this level got disrespected here, now meaning it has been turned into a resistance level, and you can see how it drove this candle down, right? It resisted this candle, and then on the next H4 candle we can see it got disrespected again. So this is where the momentum happened that disrespected this level and also this key level. Then the next H4 candle is acting as a one candle internal range liquidity, and so we can see how this one came in, played from here and moved. But except you were probably active on Sunday night, right? Many may have missed this entry, right? So many may have missed this entry, but this is actually like the first entry, right? This is the first entry. So 1 to 4 and we are out. So let's assume we missed this entry, right? Where can we get in on the second entry, right? So we can actually use this same key level. We can actually use this same level, right, to enter, especially since we have seen that this level got to this point, and the rejection, we can see the clear rejection of a key level. And so since we have already built our storyline from the daily to the 4 hours, we know that we are only looking for opportunities to buy, right? We can enter on this key level, that's from this H4 candle, right? So this is another place to enter from. And so we enter like this, 1 to 4, and we are out, right? And just in case you missed here and you're also looking for more like a confirmation entry, now another place we can also enter from, this is the H2 candle, right? Another place we can enter from after this one has played out, and we have seen this candle. Now these two candles here, they have formed a support level for us, a V-shaped key level, right? Yes, and then we see that after this V-shaped key level, we have our single candle, and then we have this candle coming to tap on it and reject it, closed above this level, meaning that the rejection is happening here, right? And so this has already given us that insight that we can, you know, now this is like a confirmation entry, so we can box this candle and go to our lower time frame and look for um, a good entry, which we can see here. which we can see here. Just anywhere here should make our second entry. After that, H2 candle has rejected from that level and closed bullish, so anywhere here is fine. And so we can get in on our 1 to 4 again, right? So this is just um, building from the storyline that happened on the daily. 4 hours confirmed our bullish directional bias, and then we can look out for our entries, right? We can look out for our entries anywhere. So, and why, another reason why here makes sense is that when you go to your line chart on the 15 minutes, right? One thing you would notice is that this level on the 15 minutes, there was a sweep here and a break of structure, right? So after this sweep, we had a break of structure, and then we had this giving us our liquidity level here, not there, here, right here, right? So that's why I said we could have also entered here, right? So but this is also a confirmation of here, so we're all good to go, right? All right, so we can also look at so on the daily, this is how it look like, right? So we can also look at euro GBP also gave us a nice one today. So let's clear the chart and start afresh. On the daily, what do we have? We can see we have a reaction from a daily key level, you can see, and again this level has been acting on price. The price rejected here, here, and then we have a sweep together with rejections, right? So these are Friday candles, so we want to know if we have a breakout to the upside, which we do have. You can see we have a breakout to the upside here, and we have a breakout to the upside here, right? So making this our first entry. So this is our first entry, and that happened, well, you could have entered here. This is 2 a.m. in the morning Nigerian time, here 5 a.m., 6 a.m., right? So this is Asian session, so you could have entered anywhere here, but in case you were not active during this period, this is our 1/4, right? So first entry. So if you were not active, and USD card also gave us a second entry here after the next H4 breakout, we can see that we had a second entry. So the second entry is happening around 12 noon, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Right, so we had 3 rejection of that key level, and then we have our 1/4 again. So let's look at many pairs played out today. Gold also gave us let's clear our chart. So gold gave us clean entries also today. So from we can see this rejection from here. So this is our key level, right? This is how it looks. So this is where gold was reacting from. So we have also a sweep, this candle sweeping the high, and then we have closure, bearish closure. So we want to know if we are going to get a confirmation of that direction to the downside, which we do here. We can confirm that here, and so I'll begin to look for my entries. Now some people want to enter here, but personally I haven't confirmed it. I can only confirm the bearish movement at the closure of this candle, right? And my first entry would have been here, but it was a missed entry. I didn't really get an opportunity to enter there. I didn't get an opportunity. I would have preferred that a pullback got to this point and then dropped, but there was no pullback to that point for gold. And then looking for a second entry rather. This next open close on the H4 is also um, another entry which the price did not get to, but we can see that the price eventually, from trading here, it got all the way up, played from this key level and dropped. So how could I have entered there? Right, so this is this candle. Let's just mark it out. Let's just box it out so that we know. So this is this candle, and one thing you would notice is that we have a fair value gap. I'm sure you can see it here. So we have, let me clean this up a little. So we have a fair value gap here, right? And then we have this open close key level. And so the price came all the way to fill up that fair value gap. At first it created for us a liquidity, then it came to fill up the fair value gap and dropped. So let's assume we wanted to take the trade still on the H4, right? You probably would have been looking to place an entry just above, just on the edge, on the high of this candle. You want to cover your entire FVG, right? And then your first target should be this low that was left as a 3.9, almost 1 to 4, but we can see that the trade did more than a 1 to 5. So on the 15 minutes it's going to look this way. Yeah, so our stop loss is just, you know, taking care of the fair value gap that was left above. So um, we can also look at okay, US 30. Let's look at US 30. Let's look at US 30. Was there anything today? Same story with gold, I think. Same story with gold. So we were rejecting from was there a key level where we were rejecting from? I'm not so sure if there was a close key level that we were rejecting from. Let's see. Not really. Not really. All I can see here is that we have a fair value gap here, but then we have a confirmed sweep and close on a bearish closure here. So this is what we have here, and then we want to look at the H4 to see if we have a bearish confirmation breakout to the downside on the H4, which we do. We did still on this level here, and the price did not get to the level to drop, which is not bad. But then again, we have a second breakout here on the H4 again, and this is our breakout candle. And so my entry is quite visible here because on the 15 minutes I would want to play this entire this entire level, and most also because I have nice liquidity to take out, and so we can see how the, the trade played from here. Our stop loss will cover, we could have even covered the high of the entire H4 range. Our first target should be here for a 1 to 3, and we see that we did a 1 to 4. So I could go on and on. Also on silver, we have just similar thing with almost with gold, right? On silver. So let's just look at it. So silver actually reacted from a key level on the daily. We can see it here. You can see the reaction here, rejected and closed, and on the H4 we can see the breakout to the downside to confirm that we have started a daily storyline, bearish daily storyline, and entry. So if you had missed this one, so this one gives you a second entry. Why? Again, because we have an FVG that is to be filled, and we have a bearish open close below that FVG. So um, going to your 15 minutes, clearly we see our liquidity that we needed to come and target, and as soon as we took it out, we started dropping. Though if you had taken this trade, you probably would have been having here as your exit, as your exit. Um, so that's it. So I want to just end here, and if you have any question at all, if you want one-on-one mentorship, you can chat me up on the comment section. I will encourage you to like and share this video, and just connect with me on the comment section, right? All right, so stay blessed, you guys. Okay, I think this is another trade that's, was this today? Okay, no, this wasn't today. All right, so stay blessed, and have a beautiful day, have a beautiful evening. God bless you all.